Hey, everybody, and welcome to the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. Ask whatever question you want to ask, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest. Doesn't have to be gun related. This is just a conversation of like-minded people here talking about common interests. So let me know. I will do my best to answer any question you put forward. Also, if I can't answer it, pay attention to the live chat. People in there got some information. They got some knowledge. They might have the answer to your question. So not only pay attention to the live chat, participate in it. Make some friends. I like to start the chat by reading the name of people that have ordered merchandise over the last 24 hours. And today we've actually got somebody. Gary Odell. He got one shirt that I don't think we made that's on my site anymore, but I guess it can still be made because he ordered it. And he also got the "Don't Point Your Glock at Your Cock" shirt, which is, I think, one of my most clever designs, but most people don't like that one. But thanks to him for helping support the Pets and Vets program. I appreciate it. Oh, no, that doesn't support Pets and Vets. That supports TYMP. And remember, while I'm thinking about it here, if you want to be a beneficiary of TYMP, go over and sign up. One of the unintended consequences of YouTube pretty much canceling my channel has been we aren't getting people signing up for TYMP. I know there's people out there in need that don't own a gun, would love to own a gun, maybe new families, single mothers, whatever, that would love to own a gun to protect their family, but they just can't afford it. Well, here's your solution. Go sign up. You can do that over at tympistolproject.com. And for the rest of you gold bricks and sandbags who don't get involved in nothing, you all can become a channel supporter. And then I'll stop calling you names. Well, unless you're like John Heasley or any of those, Welper, I'll still call you names even then. But you can go over and become a supporter of the channel. You can join Patreon, support the Pets and Vets program. You can join Subscribe Star, which is more gun friendly, and you can support either Pets or Vets or TYMP through there, or you can buy merchandise. I'm not wearing any of my merchandise today because I had to go to town, because I actually went down and purchased the second 1022 that were given away. So the second one's getting ready to go. You still can get entries into the first one for right now until I get it finished. I'm going to probably run it through this weekend. This weekend will be your last chance to get entries into this one. This drawing, you can choose whichever one you want. But so feel free to get entries into that. But like I said, you can do you can join Patreon from over there. You can join Subscribe Star from over there. You can sign up for TYMP over there. I never did put something up over there where you get entries into the special drawing. I'll do that for the next one. But going over TYMP, and there's also a link there where you can go buy merchandise if you want to support just TYMP. I lost my train of thought halfway through that. Let's see, where are we at here? I got a super chat coming in from George Powell. Said, did you watch the North Korean parade? No, I didn't know there was a North Korean parade. Are you referring to the one America did that was very North Korean-like? Although it didn't come off that bad, the American parade. They took a kind of a historic approach, like showing the military through the ages and everything. But that was actually kind of cool. Still don't support the whole notion. But also, I want to know, does the military not teach drill and ceremonies anymore? I'm serious. Do they not teach drill and ceremony anymore? Because I saw some of the sloppiest marching, the sloppiest parade rests, the sloppiest attentions and salutes that I have ever seen. And when I was in the Army, drill and ceremonies was some of my favorite part. I loved cadence. I loved, the spectacle and the almost the dance of it. I loved that. And I watched some of that parade and I'm like, do they not teach it anymore? Because people out of step, people not holding their shoulders right, people not saluting correctly. I'm like, what is going on? And plus, I don't like when Trump decided during the national anthem to salute. No, you're not in uniform. Put your hand on your heart. Even soldiers, when you're not in uniform, you put your hand on your heart. So let's see here. Where are we at? I got distracted. But no, I didn't watch any North Korean parade. I didn't know it was on TV. All right, let's see if we got anybody weighing in over here with some questions. Jeremy Alderado did a donation this morning. Got an entry into the double super secret stock giveaway and 3 entries into the silver bullet drawing. He did that at like 2 a.m. this morning or something like that. And that was like 12:30 a.m. I think. Because I remember when it came through and I was like, what the fuck is that coming through for? Mark Lax paid his $2 tithe to Phil. And remember, you assholes out there that haven't paid your tithe to Phil, go pay your tithe to Phil. If you're watching my videos, coming to my live chats, enjoying all this entertainment, and then you're shafting Phil on his $2 minimum, he ain't going to take that well. You're going to go, well, not to hell, but you're going to get in a world of hurt. You're going to end up like Peter DeBoner with Lyme disease. Or a cracked windshield, or your trailer's going to get blown away with your baby in it. So it's not worth it. Just pay your $2 tithe to Phil. How hard is it? But Mark Lax just did that so that he doesn't have any of that happen. Says, what are your plans? What is the plan when YouTube kills your channel? I just won't do YouTube anymore. I'll still stay involved in pro 2A activism on the local level and stuff, but I just won't have a internet presence anymore. Not that I have one now after being shadow banned and everything, but I'll just have less of one. I mean, I should get people to sign. It doesn't do no good because it's too late. I don't have the reach now to tell people, hey, sign up to my backup channel, or hey, go join my Facebook, or hey, follow me on Instagram or the Twitter. Because would I get the same 70 or 80 people that still watch? And that's it. So there's really no way to even do a backup plan. Once we're gone, we're gone. Once we're gone, we're gone. All right, let me get back over here. That was Mark Lax. Then we got Chrissy Jones chiming in saying, Hail Phil, are there guns you keep unloaded because you like to handle them? Well, all these are unloaded. I only keep guns loaded that I think I might use, that are in the ready position for use, and I don't mess with those. Also, unrelated, if you need another pair of hands, you can adopt me and I'll move in. I'm almost an orphan. Well, you can't almost be an orphan. You're an orphan or you're not. And I think you're a little older than what I would like to adopt. I would really prefer not to adopt someone who's about to get Social Security. Well, at least you'd have an income. What I'll do is I'll adopt you, and then I'll take your Social Security and make you work in the fields, work in the yard and stuff, and sleep in the garage. I could do that. I'll adopt a couple old people, get their Social Security, make them sleep in the garage on cots, and have them work in the yard all day. I'd do that. Churn out merchandise for me to sell or something. So yeah. All right, let's get back to the chat here. That was Chrissy Jones. Sean Bain chimed in and said, if what's the best gun to own if you can have only one? If what's? I think he just meant, I think he started saying if you can only have one, what's best gun to own? But he typed if what's. But what's the best gun to own if you can only have one? Well, the best handgun, which would be a Smith & Wesson 6A6 Plus or a 5A6 Plus, whichever one of those two. That's the one handgun you should have if you only have one, because it's the best handgun. Period. That ain't changed. Some people think I'd say that the Colt Python's better now because I like the new Colt Pythons. But no, I like them better because I lean towards the more refined trigger of the Python. But the 6A6 is still the best overall gun. Was that Sean Bain that just asked that? I think it was. Which one am I to now? Why is my internet moving so slow? Can you all even see me? My internet is moving very slow. Why is it doing this? It is moving incredibly slow. Like I don't have any internet connection. I need to figure out how to do local recording on these goddamn things. Does Phil celebrate the summer solstice? No. Phil's not into holidays. He doesn't get days off. He works 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, 1,000 years every millennia, a millennia every eon. I think that's right. Wouldn't it be? There's millennias in an eon, not eons in a millennia, right? All right. What's an eon? Millennia is 1,000 years. Centuries, 100 years. Millennia is 1,000 years. What's an eon? I think that's right term. Hold on. Eon. Let's look it up. It doesn't say. Eon. Spider. You don't need to be over here. Get off me, my mouse. God damn it. Go. I don't want to hurt you. I could accidentally squish you. I don't want to hurt you. Oh, I got so mad at Caden the other night because he spray painted a spider on a web outside. I was like, what the fuck did you just do? Killing a goddamn spider for no reason. Oh, I was hot. I was like, we don't do that here. We don't kill just to kill. That spider's beneficial. You leave him the fuck alone. I was mad. Oh, I was one of those. I'm not mad at you. I'm disappointed. So I actually had to say that. But an eon is an indefinitely long period of time. I guess. Okay, so it's just indefinite. Indefinitely long. So yeah, there would be millennia in an eon. All right, so y'all learned something when you come to this chat. How many of you knew what an eon was before? But no, Phil doesn't celebrate any holidays, anything, special events. He's just another day at work to him. He's like an old retired man. He don't even know what day it is. Kind of like me. Bradley Franklin, that's a name I don't recognize. Looking for a 1022 replacement stock. But you want just, if you win, you just want the stock? I can do that. That's for sure. But I don't recognize that name. You think I'd recognize someone named Bradley Franklin? Because I'd be like, are you any relation to Bonnie Franklin? Is she still alive? Can you get me right? I don't know. Is she still alive? Bonnie Franklin. Remember her? Does everybody remember Bonnie Franklin? The redheaded lady, Miss Romano from One Day at a Time. That's where Valerie Bertinelli got her big break. Jonathan Aho chimed in. We know he didn't say nothing. He ain't drawing no attention to themselves. They're just paying their tithe to Phil, so Phil don't come looking into their business or her business. Mothman versus Phil. Who wins for the super secret stock giveaway? Well, it's Phil. I mean, there's all kinds of critters and cryptids and everything in the world, but it's going to be Phil. You got to remember, Phil is outside of everything. He's bigger than everything, and he exists outside. Did that little spider just fucking bite me on the leg? I hope not. I already got a spider bite right there. Something just bit me on the ankle. I don't know if that was that little spider. Hey, little bastard, I go out of my way to save you. And how do you repay me? You bitch. I swear to God. Let me see. Where am I at? What am I doing? What are we talking? Oh, cryptids. Mothman's a pretty powerful cryptid, but Phil is above all. You know, there is nothing above Phil. Phil is the top of the ladder. If you worship anything above Phil, well, then you're a heretic and you'll get Lyme disease. So stop it. Stop it. That's Phil's motto. Stop it. If you're doing something bad, stop it. You're thinking of murdering, don't do it. Stop it. That's his motto. Clinton Barella. Well, that was just Clinton Barella that asked that, wasn't it? Yes, that was Clinton Burrell asking if the Mothman could beat Phil, which is kind of a silly question on its face. No, of course he can't beat Phil. But, I guess people want to know. It's like that, someone when asked, can Phil make a rock so heavy he can't lift it? Well, why would Phil be lifting a rock? He got people to do stuff like that for him. He ain't going to do that. He's going to call a yard crew or something. I'm sure he's got lawn service. He's the highest entity on the cosmic scale. I'm sure he's got lawn service. I hit a roadkill this morning and bone fragments gave me a flat tire. Hey, I pay money here every week and this still happens. Well, apparently either you didn't pay enough or you said something insulting to Phil, or two, maybe that animal was going to run out in front of you while you were driving down the road and you were going to swerve off the road, hit a tree and die. And right before you got to it, Phil went squish. And all you got was a flat tire when you would have been dead. So instead of thanking Phil for not being dead, why didn't he do this? Well, he saved your goddamn life. What else do you want? I swear, some people just so stingy, so greedy, so, got to have everything. I want it all. Got to have it handed to me on a silver plate. It was just, all right, where are we at? Get over to the live chat. Oh, we got emails. I got to do the emails first. And don't let me forget to do the drawing tonight. I keep forgetting to do the drawing. Share screen, Winder. Well, that ain't it. Where's the ones I want to share? The pictures. Oh, there we go. There's one. Share. Boop. Where did it go? There it is. Here she is in all her glory. Just got done making love to her. Now she's tired. What hole did you use? The peep sight? The barrel? I mean, even if it was the trigger guard here, the front part of the trigger guard, that's still not impressive, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if I'd be telling people that, but that's pretty. It's pretty. We go do with that sticky thing on the front, the pokey thing. You shouldn't have pokey things on guns. You're just looking to hurt somebody. Sounds to me like you're looking to hurt somebody. Let's see here. What else did we have come in? The rest of them are just questions. Edgar Cortez said, do you have any military surplus rifles in your collection? No, I have some M1As. Does that count? But no, I don't have any military surplus. I bought those new, so they didn't come from the military. So no, I don't have any military surplus. Although I have one of the old Springfield little survival guns they used to give the Air Force people. I've got one of those. That might have been them. I don't know. Could have been. It says for military use only on the side of it. But I don't think so. So no. I think I'd know if I have some, but I got an email coming in from BB64. What do you think of the Porsche 986? I test drove it for an hour. Wow, the handling and cornering is amazing. I think I'm going to get it this week. Well, what year is it? Depends on what year it is, what I really think of it. A lot of people don't like the Boxers. The Boxsters. They don't care for them. I like them. People are like, they look the same coming as going. I'm like, they look fine to me. They look like a fine looking little car. So I'm a big fan of them. I think they handle very well. I'm not the best at driving them. I'm not a guy who's driven a lot of mid-engine cars. So I don't really have the feel for them. I mean, I've got into a Porsche 911 one time to test drive it, and I almost wrapped it around a pole before I even got it out of the goddamn parking lot. So I didn't hurt it, luckily, But so yeah, they're not for me, but well, they're also too pricey for me. What year is it? You got a picture of it? You should have sent a picture. Why wouldn't you send? Horrible. What a fucking tease. Not sending me a picture of the car. Talk to me about a Porsche 986. I don't think they make those anymore, do they? Didn't they stop making the Boxers in like 2005 or something, or 2004? Somebody look that up. Welper, you're the secretary. Look that up. Let me know. Let me know. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hit the wrong button. Hold on. We got John Heasley chiming in here. And John Heasley said, I can't win if I don't enter. I'm going to win. This is the chat. Oh, if he wins, people will be so mad. Right now, I think Clinton Barella has the most. Didn't Clinton Barella win something? Did they win the 5-7? And there's no rule against winning multiple things. I'm just curious. Didn't they win the 5-7? That was not good. Excuse me, by the way. It wasn't very ladylike, was it? My etiquette teacher would be mad. And yes, I did take etiquette class. Used to be, they offered etiquette courses to people who went to ROTC or BNOC even. You could go take an etiquette class. Because when you're at like dinners and your formals and all this stuff, you're supposed to know how to eat properly. So I took etiquette class. I've taken like 3 of them. I took one in my fraternity when I was in college. I took one in the military. And then I took another with friends who wanted to take one time in Huntsville, Alabama, because one of our friends was the teacher that gave the courses to people that were like in politics and stuff like that. So we took the course again from them. And it's really worth it because you pay a certain amount of money. I think it was like we got to go for free because we knew the instructor and she wanted to fill out some seats. But you pay like, I think back then it was like $100 and you went to this and you got this fancy like 7-course meal as part of your training. So it was, and it's, you know, it's in a room with like, you know, 5 or 6 tables with like 7 or 8, 10 to 8 to 10 people at a table. So there's a bunch of people there and you're getting served these fancy meals and everything. And it's nice just for the meal. All right, where are we at? What am I doing? Make sure I'm all caught up here. I think I am. We still got a little time because we started, I think, a little late. So let me go and see how many of the questions in the chat we can get to. My tithe to Phil was covered in the $25 in night crawlers I bought for baby birds. Well, that's between you and Phil. You work that out with each other. There's a graveyard in Illinois called the Resurrection Cemetery that's creepy. They may as well call it the Zombie Cemetery. Well, Jesus was the first zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. That's the Cranberries, right? Zombie, zombie, zombie. Pepsi is recalling 19,000 cases of Dr. Pepper sugar that contain real sugar instead of aspartame. Pepsi almost killed thousands of people who have diabetes. Well, I don't know if a soda or two would have killed them, but it wouldn't have been any good for them. That's for sure. Will we have a group text chat to be able to stay in touch with everyone? Ooh, we should probably set something up if y'all want to stay in touch afterwards. Hopefully it ain't going to happen anytime in the next day or two. I've been trying to lay low, keep a low profile, but it is a little late to be doing anything about it, I think. Ghost Shadow says, thoughts on cryptocurrency kiosks Spokane banned. I know even less about cryptocurrency kiosks than I do about cryptocurrency. Now, my son probably knows about cryptocurrency. Turns out my son has almost a whole Bitcoin. He plans on having a Bitcoin by the end of this year. How much is that worth? My other son told me that my older son, he's almost got his full Bitcoin and he's going to have a full Bitcoin by the end of the year. What is a Bitcoin worth? Hold on. Bitcoin. That's worth $103,000. Where's that son of a bitch getting all that money? Well, he doesn't pay any expenses. He's been working for like 4 or 5 years and doesn't pay me nothing. And I pay for his car payment, his insurance, and his food. Well, he buys his own food if he goes out and like eats or something. But must be nice to be buying all. Of course, he bought a lot of it when it was down real low. So, because he's got a friend whose dad is a cryptocurrency expert who's been coaching him for the last 5 or 6 years on buying Bitcoin. But yeah, that's an awful lot of fucking money. Maybe he should be buying me stuff. But yes, I don't know if that's even real money. I don't know nothing about Bitcoins. I have some Bitcoin. No, I have some Ethereum is what I have. I think I got like 10 grand worth of Ethereum, which I think I paid originally like $100 for. Because I bought some Bitcoin a long time ago as part of a little group buy thing, or a little buy where you bought a section of little like group together stuff. And one of them was a little bit of Bitcoin. I bought it. I think I paid like for the whole thing. I think I paid $100. So I think I probably paid 20 for the Bitcoin. Well, I came back like a year later and looked at the Bitcoin, and that $20 had grown to like almost $1,000. So I transferred that into Ethereum because at the time they were saying, buy Doge or Ethereum. And I bought the Doge and it didn't do nothing. It's still probably worth the same $80 I paid for, or $100 I paid for it. But the Ethereum I bought went from like $900 up to like, it's like nearly 10,000 now. So, but I don't know if it's real money. So I don't know how to get it or anything, but I guess I'll hang on to it and see what happens. It'll probably eventually bottom out to nothing and I'll get nothing out of it. I probably should cash it out and take the 10 grand or whatever, but then I'm afraid that I'll be one of those people that's like, he sold this Ethereum for 10 grand 5 years ago. Now it's been worth $1 billion now. I don't want to be one of those people, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I know nothing about Bitcoin. God had nothing to do with it. The beavers did it. Wait, what? What's he talking about? The sitcom One Day at a Time was based on Meredith Baxter Burney, mother raising 2 daughters as a single mom. What if your son had spray painted a black widow or a brown recluse spider? Don't kill things for no reason. Greatly lowered standards. Details on my dad's funeral had exposed tattoos, rifles not in serviceable condition, etc. The what now? What? Oh, greatly lowered. I'm talking about the military. At my dad's funeral had exposed tattoos, rifles, and not. Yeah, I just don't think that they teach drill and ceremonies anymore. I get my Ruger LC carbine 10 millimeter this week. Bragging bastard. Let's see, where are we at? Radio host Dr. Demento is retiring after 55 years. I thought he was dead. So he's doing better than I thought. Because he's retiring, I thought he was dead. It says production will end in October this year. Production of what? Are we talking the Porsche? I thought they didn't make the 986 anymore. Or was that what we're talking about? I don't think they make. Someone else look it up too. I don't know. I didn't even know they were still making the boxers. I thought they were done. Because I remember I looked at one, was looking for one like 10 years ago, and I thought, well, they don't make them anymore. I thought they still, maybe I'm wrong. You see now, old fart, you said, God damn it, you had nothing to do with it. The beavers did it. Oh, I didn't know I said, God damn it. It's after 10 and you still need to do the drawings. Okay, I will do the drawings. Why do you think Jesus dying for everyone's sin is so essential to the New Testament story according to you? I don't even think it's real. So I don't think it's very important at all. Plus, it's like his dad sent his son to die to create a loophole for people to escape the condemnation that he placed on them, knowing that even if he dies, he will immediately go back up to heaven and continue living as Jesus. So he didn't sacrifice himself for our sins. He, I don't know, took a long weekend off for our sins or something. So I just don't think the story makes any sense. If God wanted people to be rescued, he just would never have done the things he did to begin with. So the whole story don't make no sense to me. So you're barking up the wrong tree on that one. Dr. Demento disappeared in the 1990s. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead too. I hadn't seen him in a long time. Oh, the 986 Boxer production stopped in 2004. The 718 ends this year. Okay. Yeah, I think he said he drove the 986. I don't know much about 718. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for coming. I appreciate everybody showing up, everybody participating. That did. I will see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Hey everybody, Yankee here. Before we go, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take a penny from advertisers, retailers. We don't take money from political organizations. There's no one telling me what I need to tell you. Everything that we do is done through the generosity of our viewers, either buying merchandise or becoming a patron or a Subscribe Star member. You're all the ones that support Pets and Vets and TYMP. And that's the reason I can stay true to myself and loyal only to the people who watch my channel. And I can spend my time talking about what I want to talk about, telling what I think needs to be said, and giving you my uncensored take on things I think you need to hear. So if you'd like to help keep things that way, please support the channel by becoming a patron, a Subscribe Star supporter, or just going over to my web store and buying some merch. The links are all in the upper corner of this video.